Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me today. We're talking about not enough Nelsons are in some deep, deep trouble. Well, one of the children is, which means the whole family basically is, which is the reason you don't make your children famous. Because when they make a mistake like Saidee did here, it's going to live on forever for her life. We're going to take a look at where they're moving, what's going on, and the privilege that exists inside this world that they think they can get away with doing something crazy. So, let's get to it. Okay, so I had to screen record this just because it's, I don't know if it's still on this page, but basically there's this guy named, what's his name? I don't even know. I know you capture his name. It is still easy. Apparently is this guy's Instagram. He found the video of Saidee doing this. Okay. So this is what sparked the whole thing. Okay, then the Reddit thread went off the board and everybody was talking about how this kid's going on a video and saying the N-word with a hard R. That word, ever since I was brought up by my mother, who is half Jamaican and half native, has lived with racism a lot of her life, and she despised that word and then built that into me. And I grew up despising that word because she always taught me that it meant ignorance, and people who were using it were ignorant to use it. And so, I don't like the word. Okay. Now, do I listen to Tupac and stuff like that? Yes, it does. It does exist in some of the music that I listened to growing up. But I never would ever take that word and use it because of the way that my mother raised me. All that to say, she has no business using this word. And the reason she's doing it is likely because, okay, these kids live in and exist. Okay, these kids exist in a world of absolute and utter privilege. Okay, they are millionaires. Okay, the kids themselves, a lot of them are millionaires. The parents are absolute ballers. They make so much money on YouTube. It's actually mind-blowing. I want to show you how much Not Enough Nelsons makes, but I need you to see how much money these people make. It's like in one video, they make more money than most people make in a month. One video. So in the past month, they've got 18.7 million long views, 115 million short views too. Don't get me. Now that's a few thousand in there. 18.7 million long views. So in a month, that's between 100, you can double that easily. $260,000 a month, I'd say easily is what these people are making. So just on YouTube alone, which doesn't talk about TikTok, their ad reads, anything like that, they make 3.1 million just on YouTube alone a year, which is bananas. And this is, their peak of their channel was a while ago, because as you can see here, they're down 20 million views over the last 28 days, down 10,000 subscribers, and still making more money. So that was probably up near the 40 million mark at their peak, at their height. And as you can see, their subscribers have grown steadily over the last 28 days. They're gaining tons of subscribers. It is an active channel. Huge growth, huge, very, very not stagnant growth at all. And I say that because it's really important to see how much money they make. They've got 3 billion views. So they have made countless tens, dozens and dozens and dozens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on here, okay? And if they're good at their money, they probably invest it. They probably have businesses. They have a castle that they own. Now they're moving to Maui. They live, their monthly expenses must be bananas, because these kids are spoiled to the core. They're rotten. They're spoiled rotten. But don't get it twisted. Not Enough Nelsons got famous for adopting children and telling their stories on the internet. Just like Dockety Dozen, just like Crazy Pieces and Crazy Middles. They're just like them. And they're all effing Mormon for some reason. And so these people the Mormon church loves Not Enough Nelsons because they come across as a family that's got it all together. They're rich. They have millions of bedrooms. They all drive G-Wagons. The kids are all beautiful. They all have all the best clothes. They do the dances. They're popular. Well, they're not actually. They get bullied at school a lot. But basically, they're the image, the epitome of what it is to be a Mormon. And the Mormons want people to see this, so they want to be a part of the church. Now, are they really Mormon? Probably not. Maybe the parents are, the kids aren't. Because you can't get on the internet and say the N-word. Okay, well, maybe Mormons can, because if you look at Mormon history and Mormon theology, black people are black because of fallen angels. Black people are literally demons. according to Mormon history. And then they changed it all, like Mormons do every friggin' year, because something doesn't line up or it's causing people to leave. And they're like, whoa, wait, we'll just change it. We'll change our theology to keep the tithers in. That's what they do. So Mormon theology is that black people are Satan, like, incarnate. They are demons, fallen angels who didn't want to be a part of heaven. And so he went down, and you see the video, they like widen their nose, they turn to black skin. And that's why up until the 70s, I don't think like black people weren't like involved in the church. They weren't really welcome. It's a very, very racist, patriarchal religion, and they trying to erase that history, and it's never going to happen. So when you get a Mormon kid on a video saying the N-word with a hard R, it's two things. It's, yeah, they're racist. Of course they are. And two, they're bored. Right? They're bored with just being the regular kids who look good on camera, who are well behaved, and they're now as they get older, and I'm pretty sure she's 18 now. They're getting out there and they want to like start their own thing, and because they've grown up with so much privilege and wanting for nothing, I guess they want to go off the rails a little bit, make some mistakes, do some craziness. And again, as a teenager, that's kind of the way the world works. For all teenagers, famous or not, you got to go make your mistakes, right? That's how you learn as an adult. Every teenager has made mistakes. I've made mistakes when I was young, got arrested a bunch of times when I was a kid, 13, but not 18. We all made mistakes as teenagers. But when we grew up, it didn't exist on the internet forever to ruin our futures. Now the fact that she says the hard N-word, and they have tried their very best to get this off the internet, okay? Their very best. His name is It Comes Too Easy. Sorry, I said that wrong. He's got receipts on his channel that's going to exist there forever. Now, again, they're trying their very, very darndest to get this off the internet because it reflects badly on their entire family. She's an adopted child. Don't get wrong. She's not one of the original bio kids.
So you still got my main TikTok account banned. So I'm putting my new one in the caption.
So his TikTok account got banned for exposing Paisley. It's not that he said it. It's not like it, but because this is why I hate TikTok. Because if you expose creators, they will literally ban you off the platform because they don't want it.
Please, everyone go follow. I don't want her to get away with this again. She's spreading lies saying that I tried to blackmail her, but I did nothing of the sort. So guys, go follow.
Okay, so let's go over there really quickly because this guy's got some tea, and I want to tell you guys how hard they are trying to get this off the internet. So I guess he exposes creators being racist.
So that is a censored version of Saidee Nelson from the Not Enough Nelson's family allegedly saying the hard R. I'm going to post the uncensored clip on my Instagram to see because it's kind of a short clip. Basically, an influencer reached out to me talking about how bad of a person she is and the stuff that she does. They also said she said the N-word and providing me that clip, and I really don't know the context behind it because it's kind of...
So this is... Okay, you got to understand this. This isn't something she just posted. This is something she sent to a friend. And these kids can't have any friends either because this is what a friend will do to them, right? They will expose them. They will send it out. And why even send that privately to somebody? Like, why do you need to say the word? What is it in your body, in your soul, in your heart that you need to say that word? Like, is it because it's just the unsayable word? And so you're like, look, I'm rich. I can do whatever I want. My parents are wealthy. I'm famous. I can say whatever I want. And so I want to say this word. Again, when it comes to rich people, it's the things that they can't or shouldn't have that they want the most, which is why Jeffrey Epstein existed. She knows she's not supposed to be saying that word. She knows what the connotations of that word. She's 18 years old. She knows it. And that's why she had a major apology, which we're going to look at in a second here. That's why her parents are trying to sue creators for calling this out.
Kind of really short. I'm kind of hoping she didn't actually say the word.
She did.
Know what else she could have been saying, though. I did some research to make sure that there was actually Saidee in the video, and as you can see, they have the same necklace on. Every day a new influencer gets sent in my DMs of them saying that.
Okay, hold on. I want to expose this influencer, part of the Nelson family, who allegedly said that he already did, okay?
So it's been 3 days since I allegedly posted Saidee Nelson saying the N-word, and the Nelson family nor Saidee have responded. Saidee has turned off her comment section, which just makes her look even more guilty. And the Nelson's family TikTok comment section has literally been filled with how they want an explanation and where it's...
Yeah, Saidee Nelson turned off her comments and has a POC sister, and a lot of people are calling that out. This family is in a bad state after this dropped. This is a huge deal for them, okay? Because they come across as nice. They come across as like genuine, as like they're good kids. They listen to their parents. They're just, we're just having fun. We sneak out of the room and make shitty videos, but they have a reputation that they're good people. They really do. And I know they're not good people, but now when this stuff gets exposed, And it's funny that the internet explodes about this. I understand why, but the internet doesn't explode about child exploitation. I want child exploitation to have the exact same impact as saying the N-word with a hard R. That's what I want to happen.
Literally, these comments are filled about Saidee. There's one person of color in the family and she's adopted, so I just can't imagine how she feels if her sister's allegedly using slurs. And they're just not responding to the situation, which is just like making it seem like they're guilty. You represent 18 people in a family and you guys have a YouTube channel together, meaning you represent all 18 family members.
Yes, you do.
So it's just like someone needs to take accountability. Mm-hmm. Saidee just turned off her comments and she's kind of ignoring what's going on, and I just want everyone to be...
Don't do that. You're so dumb for doing that.
Be held accountable, and I want this all sorted out. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, because I'm kind of like weirded out, because why are you just ignoring something so serious? Again, I feel bad for the person of color in their family. Even though she's not black, she still probably feels affected by this. She's not the same as the rest of them, so...
That's a good point. It really is a good point. And how is this affecting the sister? But the top comment here is, Navy is a white girl. She wants nothing to do with her Hispanic side at all. She ain't even had a quinceañera. Sorry, I don't know why that made me laugh, but she ain't even had a quinceañera. Again, when it comes to adoption and stuff like that, it's really important in most adoption agencies that children that come into the home keep their heritage, especially when it comes to Native children in Canada, okay? Indigenous children. If you want to adopt or foster Indigenous children, you have got to adhere to the strict principles of keeping them connected with their roots and their tribes. I'm not even joking. They are very, very serious about it, and they should be. You shouldn't lose your heritage. I don't think you should lose your heritage. I mean, you can adopt both, but you shouldn't be able to. They shouldn't encourage you to forget your heritage. And that's what I mean. Look at these people. They're whiter than Duke's mayonnaise. Okay, they are Duke's mayonnaise. If Duke's mayonnaise were people, it would be Not Enough Nelson. Okay, I can't unmute this. Imagine sending me a cease and desist letter because I posted you saying the N-word, right? So he got it. This is it. This is what I was getting to. This is how far they're going to go to try to cover this up. They will use their immense wealth and their privilege to try to sue people for telling the truth. This is the thing I hate about the internet the most. Okay, and that people are going to come after content creators and who are calling out and keeping accountable these people. Go for it. You can try, but it does scare some people. It does. Getting a letter, when I got my first cease and desist letter, I think it was from Doherty Dozen, I think. I got scared a little bit. I'm like, great, this is going to cost me thousands in legal fees. Like, a lot of the times they just want to bury you in legal fees to make you broke. That's it. They know they're not going to win, but they'll put up $100,000 to shut you up if that means that you're going to go away because you don't want to go into debt tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars to defend yourself. The law can be used, it's called lawfare, can be used against you in that way. Even though they know they're not going to win, they know that they can make you broke by fighting. That's why I've always said to myself, I will fight. I'm not going to be silenced because I'm not telling lies. I'm giving you my opinion based on the content that you're putting on the internet. I'm holding you accountable to the shit that you've done with receipts sometimes. And yes, I'm making fun of you, which is not illegal. You're a public person. You are allowed to be made fun of. That's basically the path that you chose. But when people like this, of the privilege that they have, just want to shut them up because they're scared of what's going to come out from it, they have a lot to lose. And so they will continue this. Now, are they going to be canceled? No, they're not going to be canceled for this. The young people that watch them don't really care. And even if they do, most of the people in there, if you go to, we're going to go to her TikTok in a second, but like, we're going to go there in a second, but take a look. Anyway, they will use their immense wealth and privilege also to silence people from telling the truth, which is that's not very Christian of you. That's not very Mormon of you.
You waited till we left, clock it. Snuck in here, clock it. Went through our stuff, clock it. Stole the phone, clock it. Downloaded the Text Now app, clock it.
You waited to apologize until after I got the cease and desist letter.
Till we left, clock it.
Turned off your comments for calling you out. Yeah, he's right.
Went through our stuff.
Waited an entire week thinking it would go away, and it didn't. It still isn't. I'm going to continue to talk about it. I think everybody else should too.
Clock it. Stole the phone, clock it. Downloaded the Text Now app.
Yeah, the cease and desist they're stupid for doing that. And I'm glad he didn't get scared to just like, because these kids in high school, man, that would scare me if I was in high school. But this kid's got, he's got thick skin. He knows what it's like to be on the internet. He's calling people out. He realizes it. They're never going to win a lawsuit, but they can bury him in legal fees because they have literally unlimited amounts of money.
Allegedly, Paisley Nelson said the N-word, hard R. I don't know if it's 100%. I've been tagged in it a million times today. A lot of people are saying it sounds like her. I'm going to let you guys decide. I can't post the full clip here.
I don't know what that means. I didn't hear anything.
I'm going to post it on my Instagram, let you guys decide, let you guys see the full video.
But imagine your kids can't live a normal life either. I'm not saying a normal life is saying the N-word, but I'm just saying, imagine they can't have friends that aren't secretly recording them because they want to get TikTok famous for finding a piece of tea about them, right? And I'm just saying, maybe don't raise shitty kids too, is what I'm saying as well. But at the same time, you now know that none of your kids can ever have any real friends because you're going to be second guessing every single time one of them are out there with their friends. Are they being secretly recorded? Are they being secretly baited? Are they being blackmailed? Are they boys getting, how do I say this? Are boys trying to get to them so that they can get nudes and things from them and so they can blackmail your family? How many times do you think Not Enough Nelsons have been blackmailed and have paid it? Okay, how many times? I guarantee you it's more than once, probably, allegedly. Because kids are going to be kids, man, and those girls are going to have crushes on boys, and I don't know if you knew this, but teenagers do stupid shit, especially with phones in their hands, and these kids have phones in their hands 24 hours a day. If she's willing to get on camera to her friend and say N-word with a hard R, I'm sure that there are other things that exist out there that they have been, look, if you don't give me money, I'm going to expose this. Right? I'm sure it's happened. They have something, like 16 children that they got to keep track on, and all these kids are spoiled rotten to the core, and spoiled children are not good people. Okay? They're not. I mean, the rule is that they're bad people. The exception is you might get a good one. Okay? But if you spoil children and they don't get held accountable and they get everything they want, there's never anything that happens, there's no consequences for any of their actions because you got to keep it nice on camera, then those kids aren't being raised right. Right? If you got to keep everybody happy because they got to be a funny, happy kid on camera, then you're not raising your kids right. Okay? And so they think they can get away with stuff, but I'm telling you, these kids, there's some bad stuff out there on the internet, and they cannot trust anybody, nor will they ever be able to be as long as they make millions of dollars a year, because they are targets of people. And they probably can't have any real friends, and they are bullied. A lot of them are bullied in school. I already downloaded just in case you wanted to delete it, but as a kid with 713,000 followers, okay? Massive following. As an 18-year-old girl, the real Slim Saidee. And you could do collaborations with her. She makes a ton of money on the internet. Trying to be a thirst trap at 18. I mean, this is exactly where they're all going. This is all they know. They think they have to be thirst traps. They think they have to show skin. They think they have to do this because that's the natural, that's influencer culture. That's it. Right? They put so much makeup on. They've been wearing makeup since they were 10 years old. I'm sure we know her whole story because her family probably shared it on the internet. It's probably not even her real name with 2 E's in it. But this is her apology.
I want to come on here and talk about the video that's been going around about me. The word that was said in that video is the N-word. It has a very harmful, hurtful, mean history behind it.
And yet you know that and you said it. So that's why people are upset, because she's just doing this. And I know we all say this, and I know it's so cliche. She's doing this because she got caught and it didn't go away. They were expecting it to go away. They sent a cease and desist letter. They were trying to use their legal avenue because you can't find that video on TikTok. Well, I tried to look for it. Maybe it's there now because it's getting bigger. But they had it successfully removed dozens of times. And so they are in the back end with their company who's doing it for them probably because they're rich. They don't have to do that themselves. Getting this, they are trying their darndest to get this video off the internet, and it's going to exist on my channel for as long as I can possibly keep it there. Okay, I obviously took out the little N-word beginning, so you can just see the end. But it exists, and this exists now. This exists in her world for the rest of her life because she couldn't keep her damn mouth shut because she's entitled. Because she wanted to say something she's not allowed to say. She wants something she can't have because she's spoiled and rotten. And when I say rotten, I mean rotten.
Thing that should never ever be said, and it is something that is disgusting that I am ashamed to live with for the rest of my life. I hate the fact that I am the reason that somebody out there is hurting, and along with being ignorant and making that stupid choice, I know better, and I've always known better.
And yet you still did it. See, that's the point. And she's just saying this because she got caught. She's just saying it. She probably was told what to say by lawyers. If you know better, then why did you do it? And how many times have you done it? And why do you keep doing it? These kids, again, they are rotten. They are victims, but they are victims of what their upbringing, but they have become rotten. And the parents aren't doing anything to change that. They're just going to perpetuate it more. They're going to take revenge. Again, when their tell-all book comes out about this family, you guys are going to be flabbergasted. And it's going to, who's that one kid out there? The Russian kid. I forget his name. I don't know if you're listening to this, But if you wrote a book, okay, like other people are writing books, and just got a ghostwriter to write a book about them, I mean, he's probably going to get sued to oblivion if he does, because these people will sue their children, okay? But you need to write a tell-all book. The hidden shit that we don't know about this family will blow us all away. I think you think that they're nice. I think you think they're milquetoast and they're just out there being all vanilla. But I think these people are absolutely f***ing evil to their core. And because they exist, like, you can feel it. You just can feel it, right? Ever since the first time I did a video on them, taking their daughter to that restaurant to talk about sex and putting it on camera, I got this feeling, this icky ass, gross feeling, especially about that Benji. I don't like that guy. Okay, and I absolutely hate the mom too, whatever her name is. What the hell's her name? Fucking douchebag face. I hate her too. These people have made a living and made millions off the exploitation of their children, and then Justass, we're gonna look at a video today too. Again, just perpetuating the exploitation to make millions of dollars off these kids. When the tell-all book is written, I am here for it.
It's something my parents have always been very clear about, that it is never okay at all to say that word, to make any comments about it.
We don't believe you.
And that we are kind to everyone, and that racism...
They're not kind to everybody. Like, so many people who know them in their circles, they, like, apparently one of the neighbors lives near on their street, wants to come out and reach out and talk to me about how they are not kind, how they are hated by almost everybody because they are entitled, spoiled, rotten. Okay, they go to school and they might be bullied, and likely be they're bullied. I'm not saying there's any excuse for bullying to kids, but it's likely because they are spoiled, entitled, rotten brats at school, and so people don't like it. And so they might say I'm bullied, or they're just, maybe they're the bullies, is what I'm thinking. It's very hard for me to believe that spoiled, rotten, rich kids beyond wealth are bullied. I honestly believe that. And especially if you have, 15 other brothers and sisters there to help you out at school. I highly doubt that they're spoiled, or that they're bullied at school. I just can't see it. I can't see it.
Is not taken lightly and should never be taken lightly. I'm not going to run away from it. This is something that I need to take full
Meanwhile, she's running away from it.
Responsibility for. I am going to keep...
What about the cease and desist? Are you running away from that?
Learning and going to keep working to be better, because I want to show with my actions and not just my words. I know I've let people down.
How are you going to do that?
In my family, my love...
Why is it when people, rich, white, famous people do this, they always say, I'm going to give it away. No, you're not, man. You're just going to keep it more hidden.
Ones, people that have supported me, fans, I know that I have let more people down than I can ever imagine, and I hope that each and every one of you know that there's not one day that I won't do something to make up for the lack of responsibility. And
like what? Why do they always say this? There's not. I'm gonna do. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? You gonna call people crackers instead? What are you gonna do? Don't just say it. Be like, there's not one day. No, you're not. You're gonna. This is gonna blow over. You're gonna delete this video eventually. And then you're going to walk away. And then nothing's going to really happen to you. But it'll exist on the internet. That's for damn sure. And if and when, and I don't know, social media might be her life for the rest of her life. She's never going to need a job. But if and when you ever do, what if you meet the guy of your dreams? Okay? And eventually you get to meet his parents and they Google you. And it comes up that you're racist. This is going to affect you. I don't care. It's going to affect you forever. And should it? I don't think so. Okay? But... that's where I come in. That's where I say that's why child exploitation needs to stop. This will live over this kid's life for the rest of her life. And because her parents made her famous, because Justass made her famous, she doesn't get to choose that. I mean, you shouldn't be a shitty person anyway, but I'm saying, you know what I mean? Does she deserve it? Probably. If you're going to be crazy racist like that, you deserve it. But at the same time, I understand teenagers making shitty mistakes. Okay? Should a normal person who's not famous have it lord over them for us? No. But they made their choice. The parents made the choice for these kids. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that's clear.
And care and kindness that I had that day, I have no words other than I am so sorry, and that it is an offensive, hurtful thing.
Sorry I got caught. I'm sorry I got caught.
I will never, ever say that word again. Really hope I can make it up to the people that I've hurt.
That shit's in your heart. I'm sorry. You don't just, it's not something that you're just like, I just want to see how this fits, see how this word fits. No. That shit sits in your heart. Again, it's something that you can't have, you're not allowed to say, not part of the world that you're allowed to be a part of, and you just wanted it. because you have everything else and you're just bored with having everything. Okay, I'm sorry. That shit, it is you. It's your heart. It's that family. She is a reflection. He was right. She is a reflection of Not Enough Nelsons. Because all the kids are like, not all like this, I'm just saying. But they all are living that same existence in that same world.
And all I can say again is that I am really, really sorry.
Shut up. Yeah, so that's got the most views of any of her videos. Like, it's probably one of the most viewed videos on her channel. Saidee, please stop with the fake tears and sorry excuse of an apology. You and everyone should know not to say that. I would have never expected this from you, shaking my head. You were my favorite Nelson, but this is a shame. If you know better, don't say it. 231 replies. She's saying sorry. Calm down. You don't get... No. Nope. Sorry. This doesn't work that way. Okay, but what about Navy? Okay, so it's okay for normal people to make mistakes and not for people on social media. You're getting it, Gracie. You're so close, Gracie. Yes. Because it lives on, because you are famous, which is why kids can't give consent to being in this world. Do you understand now? Should it? Yeah, she's not a normal person. And you know why she's not a normal person? Because her parents and Justass made her famous. And so she has to be held to a higher standard and should be taught that, but is not taught that. Do you understand now? You're getting it. You're so close there, Gracie. Close. Girl, you're old enough to know that word means what that word means. Be surreal. It's okay to say it every day, someone says. Not you deleting the bad comments. Wait, why are people being so nice? Am I the problem? No, it's right. Poor Navy, someone says. What? Why are you crying? Yep. She's so sweet to come out and say this. Oh my gosh. She's doing the bare minimum, and this was the most average apology ever. Fill the jar with hearts, someone says. First, Paisley got hate, then Elsie, then Presley, and now Saidee. The Nelsons do not deserve this hate. The kids don't deserve hate. Unless, well, she's not kidding anymore. She's an adult, and she said the N-word, so she kind of deserves what she gets. The kids are victims, but they do get hate because of the nature of who they are. See, again, white people. I'm going to get hate because I'm white. But at least she's sitting down here owning up to it. She's a person, too. You guys get mad or she did your Paul. Shut the up. Why'd you send him a cease and desist then? Good question. Sending the cease and desist was a bad move, and they know it. And so once that got exposed, they were getting way more heat for it, and then she had to apologize. As a black person, I'm not accepting this until you talk to the white fans who think they're being funny in this comment section. That's a very mature response. I appreciate, but address your fans. Girl, get into acting. So y'all were mad when she didn't apologize, but now she's shaming her for apologizing. No. Shouldn't. No. This is their penance. This is what happens. And again, forever this will live on. Forever. This does not define you. And I wrote, it actually will define her now. It will never leave her. A lot of, again, you gotta understand, a lot of their followers are teenagers who don't understand. The little kids are like, it's okay, Saidee. Someone says, you're lucky I'm on a ban warning. Anyway, so that's kind of that part of the whole thing. She is absolutely getting demolished, and they should be. The family is getting demolished, and they should be. They're gross for doing what they did. But they are moving. Let's take a look at their channel here. So they're moving to Maui, but they're keeping their castle. So I think what they're doing is, I think they might be homeschooling their kids. I don't know the whole story because I don't follow them, because people are like, Josh, you don't do your research. I don't watch them. No, I don't have time. Like, I just react to their current content. I don't have time. If I did that, I would be just as creepy as everybody else. I don't care. But they're moving to Maui, living in another castle, and they're going to keep their castle. So I think they're just going to go back and forth, I think. I don't know. I don't know why you'd move to Hawaii in the summer. It's probably hot as freaking Satan's taint out there. I don't know. I've heard Hawaii's nice. That's what I have heard, though. But I've also heard that the Hawaiian locals don't like it when 18 white-ass racist people move into their area. I know they don't like that. And right before their move, they're going to go to Hawaii. And again, I think people in Hawaii hate that people like this move there. So again, they don't have any cultural reason to move there. They just have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. Why don't you save it for your kids? Okay? Give it to them. But they're all going to have social media platforms going on. Because if this kid who's super racist has almost 1 million subs on TikTok, they're all going to do that. And there are clear favorites in this family. These two little white girls, I forget their names. These two ones, the ones that look most like mom, are the absolute and utter favorites. And I don't even watch this content. And I know that they're the huge favorites. And they're the huge favorites because they know that those girls get the most audience. And if you think about the connotation of what that means, that's disgusting. It means that the most male audience, the most adult men are watching for those two little girls. That is absolutely bonkers that no one seems to care about that. These people are disgusting. Okay? So, again, I want to show you the other video. I just wanted to make fun of Justass because I like making fun of Justass a lot. And it's funny because she's not moving to Hawaii, so she's staying here with her stupid, ugly-ass husband, which is awesome. And she's not going to be able to exploit these... Well, she will. What she'll do is she'll go to Hawaii and, like, we snuck out to the beach. We snuck out of the window and went to Sephora. She'll still do it. She just won't do it. She'll have to film her content in huge batches, which means these kids are going to be put to work, man, for Justass. Like, they are going to be working. Okay, so here it is. Let's do a full face of Dollar Tree makeup.
Today, my sisters Paisley and Presley are
The favorites.
all Sephora products. My little sisters
Why are they banned?
are some of the biggest Sephora kids I've ever known. They have all
That's because you do that. You force them to wear that shit for your videos.
the trendy makeup and skincare products, and I kind of lost track on how much I spent.
Can you put yourself together just for a video? Have you ever thought about not looking like a potato ever once? I'm a potato by nature. But like this woman, super good.
Sisters at Sephora over the years. But today, that's all going to change.
What's the sound effects?
We are going to one of the most popular stores in the U.S. where everything is $1. All right, we're just
That's a lie. No, it's not $1. Used to be.
I really like Sephora. Why do you have to keep that a secret? There is a Sephora. That's true. Alright, it's time to get the blindfolds on. Alright, let's get the blindfolds.
You're literally in the parking lot. That kind of black Hulk.
Alright guys, we are outside of Sephora, but we gotta put these blindfolds on.
Why are you wearing a shirt that says I love Jesus when you literally in a video where you're exploiting your brothers and sisters, exploiting minors and making them work?
So make sure they're really tight. You guys are not gonna know where we're going.
You're across from, you can see the dollar store. All right, let's go.
So you can't see? I can see barely the ground. All right, get back in the car. Get back in the car. We're going for a ride.
These kids hate her. Just so you're aware, like I know they're teenagers and they're like, but they actually do. No one really likes Justass, not even her husband. And her baby named Suede will grow up the same way, by the way. I named you Suede after this purse that I liked. Suede. Oh my gosh.
Okay, hop in. Keep the blindfolds on.
Okay, let's go. I don't care.
Alright guys, we're in the car. They're re-putting on their blindfolds to make sure they're extra tight. You guys, take a look around for more stuff. Let's talk about these. Before we actually check out, you guys want to know what we're doing inside the envelopes? Yes. Alright guys, so
They're not supposed to be filming there, that's why I keep looking around.
I thought it would be fun to give away 5 envelopes to 5 people here. Each of them have a $100 bill in them. Oh. So I thought it would just be nice to go give them to people and hopefully make their day a little brighter. So,
And film it for TV.
you guys want to do it? Yeah. Alright, let's go give these 5 envelopes away before we check out. Hi. We just want to make people's days a little brighter, so we wanted to give you this.
Oh, this stuff is so cringy. I can't do it. I can't watch these people. They're so cringy.
Side of here. So should we let her open it early? Sure. Alright, Presley.
These kids. Yeah.
You're gonna be so confused. Close your eyes. Let me go.
I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall when the N-word thing dropped like there must be like internal to like competitiveness between the brothers and sisters who's not the worst person, and when one of them gets in shit they must just laugh. They must.
What is it? Salt? You can't get her salt. I love salt. Presley is obsessed with salt. I would love salt. Or pickles right now. She's obsessed with, like, she literally puts salt on everything. Alright. Here you go. Okay, open your eyes. Okay, open it up. The recipe.
These kids, man. I feel so bad for these kids.
You see what the print is on it? Okay. Is it not salt? It's a salt fork. You don't have to put salt on it now.
Is it all that?
It's all a salt fork.
Holy crap.
I know. But we can't try them yet. We're going to try them a little bit later and see.
Shit's gonna break.
Presley,
That's
you got
really
a salt
salty.
fork. Nobody
It's really
would even
salty.
want a salt fork except for Presley.
It's actually really
you better be
Shut up!
going, girl. You have a limit. Love you. You can do dollar store makeup. See ya. All right, Presley's gone, which means we get the dollar store tree makeup for ourselves.
Wait,
I don't care.
the light color.
I regret actually go through this. But Justass is sucky too. Just Parkers. Just the
Our
Parkers.
baby girl is going to be here soon.
Alright, Parkers. Oh, they haven't done a video since December. on a channel with 628,000 subscribers. So she's not really focusing on this. She's just doing maybe some something going on in the old Justass household because she's exploiting her brothers and sisters. Yeah, celebrating my baby's birthday with my sisters. Is it already been a year? Holy shnikes. Has it been a year already? Anyway, she gets so many views. It's bonkers how many views she gets. She makes so much money. 5 billion views. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. We make the wrong people famous, that's for sure. So there you go, everybody. That's what's going on with Not Enough Nelsons. I said I would do a video on it. I want it to exist on my channel. I don't want this kid to be able to get away with that. She's not a kid anymore. She's an adult. Sorry. So I keep saying that. But in the end, again, this recap, it's what happens when you make your kids entitled, when you spoil them rotten, when they don't have anything to be held accountable, when they're not parented properly, because there's no way you can properly parent 16 children. It is impossible. Okay? And this is just the beginning. And now people are going to start, again, they will never be able to have friends. Because they will never be able to trust people. Because they'll always be wondering if people are recording them, doing stupid shit, and wanting to get out there and put it out. Because there will be people who do that to them. Because of jealousy, because of other things, because these kids likely are a bunch of dickholes, because of who they're raised by, and because of the entitlement and spoiled rotten behavior. They're not saying they're all like that, but I'm saying the majority are probably like that, which kind of sucks for their futures. Okay? Because they're going to have to marry people like Josh, who just are like, Anyway, Not Enough Nelsons, not good enough. Bunch of dickholes. Anyway, everybody, take a deep breath. What say you below? Do you think that should live on in infamy forever because of a mistake that she made, or is it the parents' fault for making them famous, or like, what do you think? I don't know. I honestly believe that once you turn 18, it's kind of like, don't do stupid shit. Maybe get your kids in some media training so that they don't do dumb shit all the time. I don't know. See, that's another thing. Regular people don't have to do media training to like live their life, right? Regular people can trust their friends and they can have a circle of friends and be loved and have normal childhoods. All of these children have been working most of their childhoods, right? And now they're just moving around, not going to be able to finish school or be around their friends, which they don't have any anyway, so maybe that doesn't really matter. Imagine being able to move your entire family because none of them have friends. That says something too. So. But you have a friend in me. You do. Okay? You do. And I hope you're having an amazing day. Don't forget you're amazing, incredible, and valuable. Someone has a huge crush on you. I'll see you when I see you.